Welcome to Entire Stir Fry. Today we talk about XM Studios cable. Stick around. Alright, welcome back. Centauri Stir Fry, we're looking at this XM Studios cable. Probably the only, as of now, the only quarter scale cable there is on the market. And if you want it, you have to pay for it. And it's not cheap. There are switch outs, and we're going to put those on now. I like this pose, but we're going to show you how it's done. There's no switch out noggin on this one. No switch out noggin. Just one noggin. And these are all on a peg. There might be a magnet in there too, but it's a peg. Just a closer look at this weapon because we're not going to show this in the close-ups. There's a futuristic pistol. Pretty gnarly. I actually like the work they did on this. It's actually really nice. And the vein work is awesome. You can see the keyhole for the grenades. So we're going to set that aside for now. And here's the other arm. Pull this one out too. Alright. So, just close up with this one. The fully extended arm. And this gun looks okay. It's alright. There's not a whole lot of battle damage or scarring on it. That's one of my big complaints. There's detail everywhere, but not in the weapons. There could be a little bit more. You know? I don't know. It's slightly boring. There should be like scuff marks here where you just, knock the crap out of some marauder or four horsemen of the apocalypse, but there's not. But there's a really great detail in that arm. It looks great. I kind of wish the paint was a little shinier, but it's okay. And I do like it, actually. I'm not complaining too much. At the end, that could probably get a little bit better, but I mean, just like any Iron Man statue, nothing's perfect, but this is pretty nice. Pretty good detail, and all these are just super heavy, solid. Really good quality. Alright, so let's reach back here. In my switch out arm hole I got back there. Yeah, so here's the arm. Looks very similar to the other one. Same pistol, but this one is going to be more relaxed. And there's some vein work. Lots of veinage there. He's on a very strict diet in the future. It's mainly just Soylent Green. That's all they really do. Yep, Soylent Green and depression medication. I think that's all they're on in the future. And here's a look at the grenade shoulder pad, which is cool. It's straight out of Liefeld's New Mutants. Might be backwards. Let's see. There you go. Just right out. All right. So other arm hole. Let's get this one out. Here's the cool one. My biggest complaint when I saw this initially, I wish they would have had another switch out gun. It was even bigger than this. But when I saw this in person, it is freaking huge. It's like, I don't know, 12 inches long, maybe at least 11. It's ginormous. I mean, it's heavy. The detail on the forearms there. Man. And I really like the fist, or the grip there. But again, just more detail was needed, I believe, on this. Just some scarring, a little more weathering. I think it's a really boring paint job on the weapons. I mean, it's really nothing to it. The arm looks great, but the weapons are just boring. Anyway, let's put this thing on. And it's not the Sculpt at all. The Sculpt is... it's just fabulous with this piece of paint. The paint's good. I just don't like the paint choices. Okay, here's some handheld shaky cam close-ups of cable to show off my, I don't know, shell shock that I got back in the war. So here he is. Very awesome face sculpt. One of their best, for sure. The red eye, the cuts there on his face, even the cybernetic eye, or the techno-organic infested eye, look great. I really wish there was a switch out, though, of maybe one that had more of an infection on one side of it that we see in several comics where the infection is taken over more. Not only is Cape tactical, intelligent, tough, he's also very, very powerful. And that virus that he's keeping at bay, once he lets it go, it's pretty strong. There's the detail in the arms there, pretty sick. I really like that. I kind of wish the paint was a little more shiny, but and I've seen some custom work. Some guy I think chromed his. It looked great. Looked awesome. Going back real quick to look at this gun, I think the paint on this gun is boring. Like I was saying earlier, it's just boring. Like, give us some scuffage. Like he's been using this for a while. You know. I mean, let's get some wear and tear here. But I guess it's a minor complaint. I also wish it was bigger. I wish we had a bigger gun, like a Liefeld insane 90s gun. Just something that's, you know, like a man, I don't know, like maybe 6 inches longer would have been nice. This is already like 11 or 10 inches. Let's have a 15-inch gun. Coming down here to his jacket, or his little vest thing. Incredible detail in it. I mean, I don't know how they're doing that, but I'm sure it's digital. But it looks great. The cut marks there. His clothes are beat up, but not his guns. Anyway, that's mixed media straps here, but the only thing is mixed media. Some pretty good paint work there in his pack. He's got his sleeping bags and porno mags back there. And there's his guns, the future guns, the guns of the future. He finds time when he's not trying to save the X-Men or jump in his tartars, or however he gets around. He works out all the time, and he eats well, for sure. There's the grenades. I do like that shoulder barrel, that pad that's straight out of the New Mutants. The X marks there, his X badges. The face sculpt really is good, and the hair is good too. It really is good. I don't think the hair's not like as good as some sideshow pieces, but it's up there. I just wish they had a switch out with the more infected hand. And this is the way I like to display it. I think most people do. I didn't focus. I think most people like this. I mean, either way, they're both cool. I just like that relaxed, victorious, we just kicked some ass look. It's really cool. And original. There's not a whole lot that look like that. Big pouches, as you need. Him and Deadpool, I mean, I think that's all they really share. I think the new movie that's going to be coming out that will have both of them together, I think they're just going to sit around and fill pouches. They'll talk. They might fight for a little bit, but the movie will end on them filling pouches. And it's probably going to be a lot of granola and M&Ms. That's probably what they put in there. I don't think that's really much anything else to do. Maybe some energy bars, protein bars. Scuffage there on the knee. There. And this gun actually looks pretty good. There's some different colorations there. It's cool. The van work is awesome. The knife, he's got a big knife, and all that is just a little peg. It took me a while to find that. I finally put it in there. But I really dig. Oh shit! Really dig the look on his face. That eye is awesome. Very cool. He's big. He's a big piece. He's solid. He's heavy. I mean, it's just great job there. Coming down here. Okay, yeah, we're looking good. I mean, I've had this piece for so long, I've been meaning to talk about it, but I just haven't got around to it. Big complaints for me is just, well, what I do think is cool, let's swap this around here, is this right here, which actually looks like rust coming through the paint. If you've ever seen like an old car, an old Ford, that kind of looks like. That's a neat trick he did. Although I think the paint's good, I just think it's very bland. And if you look at it all, there's purple hints in there. But it just doesn't... You put the Wolverine up there with him. The XM Wolverine. Where he's on top of the Sentinel head, and it just... The colors really pop. This does not. Watch out. Keep your friends away. Crackhead friends, they will take that. They will take that. Some copper wiring. Lock your doors. And there's some faint rust in that turbine there. It looks pretty cool. I've heard it's supposed to be a jetpack for a Sentinel. Which could be the case, I guess, but it's a pretty small wing. I guess that's why the turbine's so big. It's just like a navigational wing or some kind of stabilizer, but it looks kind of small. No big deal. But when you're looking at the whole thing as a whole, just come back, not very, let's focus, there we go. Although I think this piece is great, I just think the paint is kind of lacking. It's kind of one note from far away. You get close and you see all the details and you're like, oh man. This is like another level, and it really is. It's way up there. It's one of the best pieces I have, without a doubt. I'd say this, Lobo, probably my X-Men, XM Wolverine, and maybe even my Joker. I really love my Joker, Sideshow. But whatever, I'm not getting a list now. I just think the paint itself is kind of, I don't know, slightly off. So now look at the side of the base where it looks like he didn't totally take down the Sentinel himself. He's standing like he's taking all the credit, but you can see that Wolverine helped him out. Slash that. Wolverine probably took out some kind of sensor. You know how cars just... That's all you gotta do nowadays. Just take out the sensor. The whole thing falls apart. But kind of cool. I like that. Kind of shows that the X-Men are, they're all about teamwork. It's not just one hero, one powerful member. They don't have a Hulk. They got Colossus, but it's all about teamwork. So I like that little display there. Shows that he wasn't alone. The rock there is kind of, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the rock. It's got some nice paintwork, a nice little, I don't know. It's cool. It just looks like it's about to be someone's kitchen table. I don't know. Not so sure about it. There's the back of that. Again, just like some boring paint right here. I know it's at the back and it's really not that important, but in my opinion, I just think that's some dull paint. Dull paintwork. Not my favorite part of the statue at all. I don't know. I would have liked to seen some brighter purples, some brighter blues. But, okay. Alright, here it is with the switch out there. The I'm gonna get you gangster boys in the hood. I mean, come on. It's a kill shot. That's what that is. It's called a kill shot. Arms looking sweet. That's cool. A lot of different works. A lot of different chords and connections. You know, tendons really is what those are now. There he goes. Awesome face. Awesome eye. Man, it just looks really good. They did a really, really great job on that face. I can go on and on about that face. Okay. There you go. That was XM Studios cable, quarter scale, huge, weighs a ton. No idea how much it even weighs, but it's up there, man. It's way up there. It's a big piece. It's an expensive piece. Don't know if it's grail worthy. Like I said, I think this is probably just going to be the best cable you can get. So probably ever. Good chance of that. Complaints though, the paint kind of iffy, not so great. The sculpt is awesome. The head sculpt's great. I wish it was a switch-out gun about the yay big, like Liefeld style, because I'm a kid of the '90s. So New Mutants and the whole Extinction agenda was a big thing with me, and he always had like gigantic rifles. And the switch-out is actually really big. It's big, but I just wish there was one that was bigger and another switch-out head with half his face taken over by the techno-organic virus. That would have been really cool. But other than that, I think this is a great piece. And him and Wolverine, if you check out the XM Wolverine video I did, at the end, as bad as that video is, at the end I think I showed them both. They look pretty sweet together. Love it. I mean, don't get this if you're not a fan of the character. Don't get this if you're just a collector. Get this if you're a fan of cable. Get it for that reason only. Alright guys, remember, Magnew was right.